Waters. We'll move to 388.
Thanks, Deputy President. I ask that general business notice of motion number 388, standing in my name for today, relating to black lung disease, be taken as a formal motion.
So the question is that the motion is moved by Senator Waters be agreed to. Those of that opinion say aye. I beg your pardon, be taken as a formal motion. Yes, there's no objection to it be taken formally. You've moved the motion, so Senator McGrath.
It's with great sadness that I have discovered that I'm a dual citizen and that I'll be forced to stand down from my position in the Senate. I apologise wholeheartedly for the damage and the embarrassment that this will cause, but I take full responsibility for this oversight. This was my fault and my fault alone. I was born in Canada and I left at 11 months. My parents are Australian. I've never been back. I thought I was naturalised as an Australian and that I had the choice at age 21 to choose whether to be a Canadian citizen, and I chose not to. But it seems that the law was changed a week after I was born, and in fact I should have actively renounced Canadian citizenship. I'll now obviously do that, and I just want to apologise to my party and to all of the wonderful Queenslanders that I've been so proud to represent in the last 6 years. It's been a real honour to speak for them and to stand up for things that I'm really passionate for, like the reef, equality for women and a fairer opportunity for all Queenslanders. And I can hold my head up high and know that I've worked my hardest and have been so proud to be able to do that role. I've got real optimism for the future, and I know our party here in Queensland is in such good straits. We've got such wonderful people, fantastic candidates, and I'm really hopeful that at the coming state election we'll see some Greens elected to our state parliament, and they will work so hard.
Second Australian senator quits over dual citizenship. An Australian senator who made history by breastfeeding in Parliament has resigned after learning she holds dual citizenship. Larissa Waters, from the minor Greens party, was born in Canada. Under Australia's constitution, a person cannot run for federal office if they hold dual or plural citizenship. On Friday, another Greens senator, Scott Ludlam, also resigned for having dual citizenship. Both politicians were deputy leaders of the party. In May, Ms. Waters gained international attention by becoming the first politician to breastfeed in Australia's federal parliament. I was unaware. Ms. Waters said she only discovered her citizenship status following the case of Mr. Ludlam, who had recently learned he was a New Zealand national. Holding back tears at a press conference on Tuesday, Ms. Waters described her error as an honest mistake. I was devastated to learn that because of 70-year-old Canadian laws I had been a dual citizen from birth, and that Canadian law changed a week after I was born and required me to have actively renounced Canadian citizenship, she said. The senator, 40, was 11 months old when she left Canada with her Australian parents. All of this happened before I could even say my first word, she said. However, Ms. Waters, who was first elected in 2011, said she took full responsibility. It is not yet clear whether she and Mr. Ludlam will have to repay their Senate salaries and allowances. Certainly it is something that may occur and I will face it if it comes, Ms. Waters said. Greens leader Richard Di Natale said he was gutted by the resignation of Ms. Waters, who had made an enormous contribution to Australia. The party leader said he was taking immediate action to ensure the mistake would not be repeated. It has been a terrible month, there is no other way of sugarcoating it, he said. According to Australia's constitution, politicians must relinquish foreign citizenships before standing for office.